Welcome back, ladies and gents, for another series on Supreme Ruler Ultimate. Now, I've had a request to make the GUI more visible, and I've been searching for about 4 days and trying various techniques. I finally found one, I believe, that at least makes the GUI bigger, but for me, it's blurry. I'm going to try to record this session in this. I don't know how it's going to look on regular sized monitors, but on this 43-inch 4K, it is very blurry to me. It involved having to change the game properties with through Windows 11 and changing the DPI settings. So it's not something that's just flipping of a switch. But I hope it will help any individual who's having difficulty seeing. I'm not sure they're larger, but they are blurry. So I'm not sure that's actually going to help. But if it does help, please let me know. Comment in the comments. If you do not like it, also please let me know that also. Because as I say, it is certainly blurry to me. At the end of the last episode, we had paid one of our bonds off, which saved us $745 million a day, I do believe. I also want to lower this battle sound again. Let's see what we got here. Yes, launch that satellite. It says we've got two. I don't know if that's true. It's not. We do have aircraft. Let's look at this. 48, 60. We're going to go some more interceptors. 8 more interceptors. And look at our mail. Taiwan wants rubber, which is normal. Please to advanced nano assembly, okay? Which really doesn't lead to any units. Let's look at technology. Again, there's a lot of stuff in technology. Nano construction. Improved fuel cells, that's what we'll go for. I don't understand why Kurdistan is able to... I guess because Russia's also coming in. Is Kurdistan at war with Russia? No, just Turkey. We got unused Air Force. All right, we just took care of that. And Taiwan wants the rubber. South Africa declares war on Malawi. Again, I'm not sure. This is very, very blurry for me. I guess not very blurry, but it is almost uncomfortable blur. But we'll see if it works for you guys. Vehicular Sterling refit. What did that give us? That's transportation, I would guess. Vehicular Sterling refit. All right. Gives us minus 20 fuel consumption, but cost of our motorized units is plus 10. And it leads to no other tech. That's fine. Saving that petrol. Let's look at... I'm going to go with antimatter theories just because it's an older tech. Taiwan and their rubber. There's Malawi gone, which is not surprising. Like I said previously, look how fast they're moving. Self-healing armor. Those are tanks. Self-healing armor might have opened up a tank. Nope. No tanks there. Let's see what it did open up. Self-healing armor. It seems like that would be warfare. But it's not. Well, let me get to the right category. Upgrade Defense 2, which is a 2020. And that is Warfare. Upgrade Defense 2. We don't have it yet. Let's see what it requires. Here we go. Advanced APSKE and Advanced Military Designs 2. All right, Advanced Military Designs 2. All right, we've got ultra polymers, which leads to advanced APS. But in order to get that, military weapons advances. All right, so it is this last one, military weapons advances, which has another 539 days to go. So it's going to be quite a while before we can get that. In the meantime, let's go over this once more. I don't really see anything in here that interests me. Yeah, so we're going to go back to technology. I'm going to go with chipless RFID. These tanks, look how fast they're moving. They're going to, here we go. Russia declared war on Ukraine, citing, all right. Let's see how this is going to play out since Ukraine took Belarus previously. Again, remember, this is SRU. This doesn't have the AI for Ukraine that SR 2030 apparently has. I haven't played Ukraine in 2030, but I did see a lot of reports about how entirely overpowered they were. Satellite available for launch it. And I believe BattleGoat has, oh, look at this. BattleGoat has addressed that. All right, this is the replacement. The Thunderbolt is the replacement parachutable tank for the one we had. Yeah, this is more, excuse me, this is more current. Now let's see if the old one was just made obsolete. Let's see. Okay, it wasn't obsolete. Let's try replaced. There we go. That's the one that we had previously, the Ridgeway AGS. Now, you can see here its stats, 30 and 42 and airdroppable, whereas this one is 40 and 50 and airdroppable. So we definitely are going to keep that. And we want to replace, again, we'll put 8 more fighter bombers in there, and we'll replace the technology with the basic electronic implants. Again, I wish there was some way I could automatically agree to that, but you can't do it. Again, I'm going to change the sound, the battle sounds. I'm not sure they're being decreased here. I think that's a little better. Let's look back at our finances. Okay, industry goods are netting us a good profit, petroleum and consumer goods. That's really the What's carrying us? Those 3 items. All right, so they're offering me 79 and requesting 63. Offering me 79, requesting 63. I'm going to auto-accept. Helicopter just crashed. I heard that noise. And obviously it's not one of our helicopters because we don't have anything deployed. Poland has declared war on Kosovo. Why? Okay, again, they are the aggressor, so we have no, I guess just proximity, because Poland had already taken out Serbia. Now they're next door to Kosovo. Under the NATO agreement, we have no need to intervene, because it's only if one of our NATO members is attacked that we have a requirement to intervene, not if they declare war. What have we got going on with North Korea? All right, they want to offer me 290 and request. Remember, I said a long time ago, North Korea sent me a offer, and I declined because I said, if you want to trade with me, you're going to have to pay me more money than it's worth. Well, here they're offering me 290 and requesting 184, and in this case, they're actually offering me something I need, so I'm absolutely going to accept. I need the ore, and they're selling it to me for less than market value. Tajikistan, they offer me 140 and they want 201 in timber. That's 61 million difference. You know what? I'm going to reject it. And hopefully they'll come back with a better offer. 2 unused army units. Again, I don't think that's true. It's not. I think those are possibly the artillery. Yeah, they are. Let's look how much artillery we have by now. Let me turn that off. Let this run. Okay, I have 206. Is that really true? Do I have 206 of those? Let me look at this again. That's entirely... If that's true, I don't want that many. Let's drop all of these, because that's too much. I sometimes forget. I haven't had this particular computer for a long time, but I sometimes forget how fast it runs, how many days have passed in a short amount of time. Because 200, I only wanted about 70, if you recall. So 200 is plenty. Let's let this pass another day. Yep, we got 206 of those. Wow. Well, maybe, well, no, we're not going to sell any because I don't want that technology to proliferate. That particular weapons platform is very good, in my opinion. I don't recall why that is empty. We must have deleted something, and I don't remember what it was. But let's see if we can fill this with something else now. Yeah, we need 7 items. Let's look at this air defense. We've got... I'd like to have 70 of these also, so let's throw those in there. And we'll throw some more. How far away are the Raiders? Okay, the Raiders are only 69 days away, so we're just going to hold off on throwing anything in the build queue for aircraft. Because these are all going to be, well, not all of them, the Raptors here. All right, 79 days away. All right, Nigeria. I don't know. Nigeria is, again, I always think that they've got a good position in Africa because they've got a whole lot of oil reserves and they can have a very good economy, which means they can have a very good military. I don't know that Cameroon is going to be able to make a dent in them, to be honest. Let's just see for a moment. See, even though Cameroon declared war on Nigeria, it's Nigeria that initially was making the push. We'll see how this plays out. And it looks like, from what I can see, now granted, remember, I don't have a line of sight treaty, but it looks like that Cameroon is using mostly artillery. I feel pretty confident Nigeria is going to win this. All right, Spain. You are an ally. You're offering 436. All right, that's good because you're offering more than it's worth. Yeah, I do think Nigeria is going to take out Cameroon. I don't know what Cameroon was thinking. But we'll see, because artillery can really... Vehicle retrofit for advanced... Okay. That doesn't give us anything. Let's look at the technology again. I'm going to take our law enforcement rating up by 5% and our counterintelligence efficiency up by 5%. Which is not, when you start as the U.S.A., it's not that big of a deal, because if you look at the military, diplomacy, you can see that we have 200 spies. And there's very few countries in the world, even Russia, you can see they match us, even with all the, they've taken Sweden and Finland, for example, and Georgia and so forth and so on. They only match what we have. They've still only got 200. And China has 50. So there's very few nations in the world that can really interfere with us spying-wise, just from the get-go. So it's not really a huge problem. Poland's declared war on Bosnia. Poland, man, as I mentioned, Poland tends to really go rampant along with South Africa and Africa. So Poland and Europe, South Africa and Africa, and occasionally France will go haywire in my games on the 2018 start. And it's interesting to think that we're 4 years into the game now, and I've only paid off one bond. But again, I'm not really concentrating as much as I normally would. Bosnia-Herzegovina is going, yeah. I'm surprised. The reason that I firmly believe the only reason that Ukraine is holding is this river, because of the game mechanics and river crossings. I really believe that hampers Russia, but I think ultimately Russia will win. What kind of... Australia. Okay, so they want to give me $8 million worth of timber, and they asked for $7 million in return. I will take that. We already knew about that. Just about 45 days for the Raptors and 34 days for the Raider. Improve haptic systems. Let's take a gander at what that... I'm not sure what category that's under. Well, it's not under this, so it must be under technology. Well, not must be, but we'll see. There we go. Improve haptic. All right, that gives us at number 2, which then gives us articulated vehicles and artificial life. Bipedal. Okay, this leads to the mechs. I have used these before, but they're really not very good. They're too slow moving. The range is terrible. And they rely on missiles. And they just get overwhelmed by aircraft, honestly, and fast-moving ground vehicles. So let's look at something else. Let's just go ahead and throw in early warning sights. Who sent us a message? Well, it looks like Czech Republic. All right, they offer us 6120 military goods. Yeah, we'll accept that because they only want 58 back in response. And we can sell them on the market. Launch that satellite. Let's look at our satellites, by the way. All right, so we currently have 7 in orbit for communications. We only got a 63% coverage. And we have 7 in orbit for reconnaissance, which only gives us a 55% coverage. But this, as they position, remember they've just launched, and they will start spreading out. Eventually, once you get 10 there, it will be 100% coverage. Philippines. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Advanced Sterling generator. Let me see what we can do with the Philippines here. I want to give them some. I'll give them that because I want to maintain. I want them to be able to do something without running out of resources and money. I will give them the laser technique because that's helping their spy defense. And what have we got here under science? All right, they're going to get agrogenium. All right, we're going to get this. And for transportation, all right, warfare. Artillery loading, locating radar. Improve AA guns. Integrated air defense. And ultra large bore artillery rifles. That always helps with the AI tends to use a lot of artillery. So I always tend to give them that. Now, I'm going to go with air transit and sea transit and supply because they're going to be, if we need to do anything in this region of the world, the Philippines is going to be my starting point, my kickoff point. This is where I can resupply and rest units. We don't like them very much right now, but that's fine. This guy is not, obviously, as you know, he's not the president anymore. It's Bong Bong, who is Ferdinand Marcos's child. Marcos was the long-running dictator of the Philippines before Corazon Aquino became... All right, anyway, that's a whole nother story. All right, criminal expedition, because we want them to be... That's enough for now. We want them to continue to like us because I'm going to rely on them if I need to do anything in this area of the world. All right, that's successful. Be interesting if Mexico attacked us. They're hostile. Oh, I remember now. I built this quite some time ago, and I wanted to position some troops down there. Let's do that now while I'm thinking about it. We want to put some Bradleys down there. And usually about... Okay, that's 28. That should be 4 stacks of 7, and I want 7 spare. All right. We must have... All right, now notice here that this, I don't like that at all, so what we're going to do is going to go here. If I remember how to do this... Yeah, that's it. We want to get rid of that because we want them all to go to the same location. We don't want them to go to individual locations like that. We want them, so you turn off formation, move the hotkey. I want them all to go right here. And Sterling Solar Collector. What have we got? Oh, there's another one. I don't know what that is. Apparently there was another one, though. I'm just going to throw that in there to get it out of the way. We're going to throw Claytronics in. All right, Taiwan. Coming back to back. So you're going to give me timber for less than it's worth, which is good. We will accept that. Of course, I've been accepting lopsided trades from you for quite a while, so thank you for finally giving me a lopsided trade. I appreciate that. Launch that satellite. Oh no, Kuwait. They want to sell me metal ore. I need metal ore regardless of the price for items that we actually require. Okay, Norway. offered 178 in timber. In this instance, I'm going to accept again because they are an ally. I'm still concerned that Russia is going to attack them. So anything we can do to increase their monetary situation. Colombia has declared war on Venezuela. Interesting. I don't really have a problem with that, and it may be bad of me to say this, but I hope Colombia wins. Rather have Marquez ruling all of this. Okay, there's the Raider. And we've only got 4 more days. Okay, 8 days total. And then we can throw all the Raiders in. That's what we're going to do. Portugal requested 402. You know, they're an ally. I'm going to do it just because their position seems to be dropping with us. They didn't like us fully, even though they are an ally. Boy, driving down that road. Remember what I said early on in this series, how you don't need to capture all this useless land. You only need to go down the roads. And that's exactly what the AI is doing here, which is the way to go, actually. That is what to do. Philippines, oh, man, did I give them some confidence they don't really need? Although China's got its hands full. Look at this. I think Colombia might lose this. Their capital might fall here in just a moment. Basic electronic implants. Again, that's 2. 19 unused Air Force. Yeah, we know about that. We're going to go with this Sterling refit because it decreases petrol demand. And, of course, the cost of facilities go up. But that's fine as long as we can keep using less petrol because we're selling a lot of petrol, making a lot of money. And we're going to throw in this... no, we're not. It's just too far up the... But, you know what, if we... yeah, I'm going to do it because we're choosing to go up a certain path. We're concentrating our research in a particular direction, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to fill this with 27 Raiders. And the difference here, you can see, is they both have the 140. No, they don't. I take that back. But what I really like here is the 265 and 240 at 17 kilometers for the B2. But the Raider has 285 and 260 at 29 kilometers. And for me, that is a huge difference. It's not... I'm not talking about the range. I'm talking about the 265 to 285 and 240 to 260. That's a huge difference. I really like that. And it's the same higher stealth rating, 22,000 at 1,000, 19.6 at 909. So it goes further and faster. This has a air defense rating of 50. The Raider has 50 also. But again, it hits harder, it goes further, it goes faster. I like that. Now, granted, I know this is showing 17 kilometers. That's because that's the default settings. This is what shows with the technology I've researched. Okay? So now that that's full, let's make sure they all go into a slot. And there's Cameroon. I knew the moment that pop-up said Cameroon declared war on Nigeria, I knew that wasn't going to go well for Cameroon. Just as I said, Nigeria really can afford a war in Africa. They can't hold their own in other theaters, but they definitely can hold their own in Africa with the exception of South Africa. Because by the time South Africa gets all the way up to Nigeria, they're so huge. They have so many units. But we'll see how that plays out. We'll take that rubber deal. Military goods. Why are we buying military goods? We have no need to buy. Oh, you know what? I know what happened. When I threw all of those 27 Raiders in there, they used military goods. So notice we went up, and it's just now the next day So now my production is going to increase to cover that. But in the meantime, we bought the shortfall. That's how that works. Organic suspension. Okay, organic suspension. I'm going to throw in the electropolymer wheels. Yeah, see how we're back down now, and we're that initial input from all those bombers. All right, Taiwan and Mali, or perhaps Mali. I'm not sure the correct how they pronounce it, but Mali might be correct. All right, they want to offer me 223 to buy 226. I'm going to have to decline that. Oh, come on. Yeah, as I feared, once Russia got across that river, it's just a matter of time. Again, though, that's going to put them right up against NATO again. See, all these countries right here are NATO aligned. This entire group of countries. So once Ukraine falls, that's going to put Russia directly against NATO on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fronts. And if they take out Turkey, it's going to be 8 fronts. So that means sooner or later there's going to be war in Europe. South Africa on Madagascar. I don't know. Let's see how well they can cross the sea here. I don't know what type of sea lift capability that South Africa has currently. Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, they're just coming right for it. They dropped the Vladnik. Let me look at that, because that's... Yes, it is. It is amphibious. All right, so they don't need to drop it at the port. But it looks like they only drop... Again, I don't have line of sight, so I'm only guessing. What I am seeing here is just based on our satellites, our reconnaissance satellites. Argentina still at war with Brazil, as far as I know. They're offering me petroleum for $4.17 and requested... Nope. I'm not going to pay $200 more than it's valued. Look at it. Here they come again with another wave. I don't know how many they're dropping because, again, my satellite coverage is only 62% at the moment. Let's launch that while we're here instead of waiting on the notice. Which, right... 7 unused. Let's see. Yep, that's true. Look at them. They're just streaming over. They may be able to take... I honestly didn't know how they would handle a cross-water invasion, but they're doing pretty good, in my opinion. As long as they don't... They need to spread out, because surely they got more units in Madagascar, so if they land in multiple places, that will spread out the defenders. Let's look at this. Since I found out I had way too many artillery pieces. Let's build some of these tanks, because we know that they're the updated airdroppable version. Yeah, I think it's safe to say South Africa is going to take Madagascar. Next generation subs. Now this is interesting. Let's look at this. All right, that gives me submerged, and that leads me to the Vermont, which I said for me is the end game sub. So we definitely want to throw that in there. The SN52 Vermont is what I will. Once I can build it, I will use that till the end of the game. Oh, looks like a submarine took out one of them. Poland has declared war on Ukraine. Well, now this is interesting because Russia and Poland now have Ukraine bracketed. But interesting. Okay, I was going to say they're not making a move, but here they go. They're finally making a move. But they're not being very aggressive about it. I wonder if they have the majority of their troops down here. No one's moving back, though. They may just be trying to get... All right, Norway. 2 and 3. Yeah, I need the timber, rubber. I don't need the petroleum, Lithuania. However, oh my God, it's almost double. And you hate me, Lithuania. Why do you hate me when you're an ally? Oh, wow. They really like him. 51.8. Am I? No, I'm not. Apparently, he's very popular in Lithuania. And maybe I'm going to accept that because maybe, just maybe, they can hold up. I mean, they're not going to stop Russia, but it may delay them more than a day or two if Russia decides to attack NATO. Because I'm sure they'll come through here because Russia always wants to, this little spit of land they have here, they always want to connect it to the rest of Russia. And that's a sore point with them. I'm thinking here that Poland declared war, but they're not being very aggressive about it. And maybe they just wanted to increase the distance between Russia and their capital. So they're going to push out here a little bit. Now, again, I'm more or less role-playing here. The AI doesn't think like that. But it makes me comfortable to say things like that because that makes sense. All right, early warning sites. What else do we want to throw in there? Oh, supercavitation. Now, here's the thing. I won't use these subs that the Man of Steel and the Seawolf, I just don't use them. They're decent submarines in their own right. The thing is, though, they're very stealthy, okay? But they only have combat time of 14, whereas the SSN 52 has 40, which means it can fire 40 torpedoes before it has to go back and resupply, whereas this one can only fire 14. It's also got much less range. It is faster. Everything else is pretty much the same. The range is greater on attacking, but I just do not like the lowered, because for me, the purpose of submarines is I like to send them out to the enemy. And I like that range and I like that durability. They can stay out for a long time when it's 40, but 14 is not very long. These, if someone wanted to be very defensive, yeah, these would be better to make defensive and just set off your coast and ambush because they have the very high stealth rating and they attack for very great range. So what you would do if you were that type, let's say you're the UK, for example, and you wanted that sub. I could say the U.S. also, but what I would do is I would take my Delta Raptors and I would, let me get to them. There they are. Notice here, they can hold size 12 missiles and 216, and their range is 5,200. So I got rid of all those P-3 Orion type aircraft very early on because I would replace them with these. I would put one every so often at an air base along the coast here, and I would have them flying out with missiles on constant air patrol. And that, even though my subs can only see 50 kilometers, the air patrol would relay the data back, anything they saw, and that sub would be able to shoot its full 85 kilometers at any enemy targets. So you would have a constant air patrol patrolling. And a lot of times, if Cuba or Canada declares war, Mexico, I will put air patrols in the Gulf here just to take care of any of their vessels. And that can be done. But other than that, I don't really care for those subs. The supercavitation subs, it's just too short of a patrol time. The combat time, they cannot hang. All right, let's look at science. We're going to voice integration. I think it's... Yeah, I don't know why Poland is only moving south right here. Brunei. Okay, they want to sell me 17 and they asked 28. I can't, you got to do better than that. I'm not going to pay you more than it's worth. Okay, Gabon. 15 and 21. I don't think so. Again, they're sort of neutral at the moment. And I'm not making any moves with Liberia. You know, I haven't seen anything from them in a long time, if ever, so I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. It's not a lot of money in either instance. Let's Taiwan and Norway. Yeah, I need the timber. Norway, thank you. I think here we are. Their capital's almost totally surrounded. Poland declared war on Switzerland. Now that's interesting because I don't know how in the world they're going to get to Switzerland. Well, they'll probably go through their allies here, but Switzerland can be very difficult because of the mountains. Let's see how that plays out. But I do think that Ukraine is on the verge of falling here. And it'll be see where the delineation is, who gets what when it does. I see they sent all their forces way down here. Chipless RFID. All right, we'll throw in the high power converters. There it goes. To see how Poland got all of this and increased the range from their capital. Okay, Congo. Petroleum 102 and 86. Yes, you're selling at less than market value. I will accept that. I do need the timber, Norway. Thank you very much. And we'll sell you that rubber. Speaking of which, how is Taiwan? They still, look at this. Japan has encircled the area that Taiwan had, cut Taiwan off completely from their land holdings. So Taiwan is kind of screwed unless they declare war on Japan. I don't know how I feel about that. If I was me, if I was playing Japan, I would have done the exact same thing, though, that the AI here has done. I always try to encircle. We all know how the AI, your allies, will take land, and then when you declare war, and they do their best when you are moving forward to get around you, and that leads to terrible-looking maps when a country falls, little splotches of red, blue, and green, whatever. And I always try to block an ally when I'm doing that, or anyone else attacking the same country. And I'm surprised that Japan did that. I think that's a good move. I'm not really giving any ulterior motives to Japan's AI. It's just computer program, but I like that. I would have done the same thing. All right, composites, crystallization. We're going to go with, we're getting to that point, you see. I'm going to go here where things are going to get real expensive and start taking a very long time. I can't believe Kurdistan. Well, there goes Madagascar. We knew that was a foregone conclusion. The way South Africa just swarmed them, absolutely swarmed them. The question is, will they bring enough forces back to continue rampaging in Africa, or will they leave too many forces here and it may hamper them? Common ranged missiles. I don't know. Only time will tell, so we'll just have to keep looking. All right. We're going to take this, since it doesn't cost us any money, and it's supportive, and it will raise our healthcare rating by 2%, which means we can spend less money, although I don't ever move down the slider. Research breakthrough, synthetic manufacturing, very good. Satellite, launch that bad boy. And rubber and timber, thank you, Norway. Nation liberated. Ah, Moldova. Oh, that's right, because Ukraine fell, and Ukraine had captured Moldova. So they're back on the map for how long, I don't know. I imagine Russia would take them out very shortly. Let's look at this. Did I throw one in there? No, not yet. We're going to throw this in. It's also supportive. We've got something that just came out. I'm not sure what it was. May have been a carrier. We're going to throw a couple of these, or one of these in, also the America class. These will replace the Tarwas that we currently have. Let's move these. I'm missing some. I wonder where they're at. Oh, they're down here. Let's have these. Yeah, we'll go. No, let's see if I can get them to transit the Panama Canal. Go here. No, they're not going to do it. All right, so we'll go here. I couldn't get them to go there because they're not that's just the middle of the ocean. And the you got to give them an actual land destination for them to transfer into Merchant Marine and move. Facial recognition, that's fine. Congo declared war on South Sudan. All right, that'll be interesting. That's in the middle, Central Africa. A lot of open space there with no supply. I'm going to throw in NBC treatments. And that did take. Okay. Just looking to see if there's anybody else out here. That's 35. I'm going to go ahead and move these guys to Cuba. Guantanamo. Then we will put them in the barracks there. Excuse me. We're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to leave 5 out because we're going to leave 7 out total. So that 5 plus these 2 equals 7. And I'm going to entrench these 5. South Africa declared war on Congo. Okay. None of this is unexpected for me. Like I said, in most of my games, South Africa just rampages through Africa. Poland does what it's doing normally. And who knows what goes on over here. This is always up for grabs. Let's look at Netherlands. They want to sell me petroleum. I'm going to accept just because the situation is getting dire for them over there. Russia's closing in on the NATO borders. And I want to try to help these guys financially without having to actually send them direct money. So we get something out of it, they get something out of it. That's fine. It's not a whole lot of money in either case. Latvia, yeah, we'll take that. Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, they're really screwed. They're just going to go so fast if Russia declares war. They're just so tiny. All right, France. Interesting. Now, France, you're not an ally. But you're selling me military goods, and you want more money than they're worth. Oh, no, you want less. Okay, I'm going to accept that because I can sell the military goods on the world market for their stated value, and I'll save myself money, or I'll make money on that deal. All right, petroleum, consumer goods, and military goods. Yep, industry goods. There's a lot of combat going over here and a lot of structures being destroyed. That's why industry goods are in high demand right now because all this stuff has to be repaired or rebuilt in some cases. And that takes industry goods. All right, Norway, Taiwan, and France. 112, 108. Again, I will take that because it's to our benefit. We need to start tightening our belt. Take both of these, move them over here. Let's look at what we can do down here while I got this on pause. Now, I already moved down the social assistance to 0. We're not giving any social assistance. People need to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. I've given out, every time I've noticed there's a high unemployment, I've made more jobs available. So what we're going to do now is look at that again. 5.7. I remember I said my goal was 5, but in no instance less than 3. Let's see if that's moving any. Electropolymer wheels. Nothing really here that I would use. These are not bad, but I just don't like them. The combat time is only 3, and that just doesn't do it for me. That's why I've left this Eagle and air defense. Well, it's gone now. It was replaced by some other things. But the Eagle is not a bad unit and has a longer combat time. Sometimes I will pair them with the THAADs. Now, we will eventually get the THAAD Errant 2, that's the end-game item. I will not build anything other than that for the rest of the game when it comes to air defense. But for now, let's throw in... I'm going to go ahead and throw this in because it is a era technology, and that will take us to a new level. Vietnam pushing into China. It's interesting to see Vietnam and China at war with each other. To me, it is, at least. Russia cannot do anything against China. They've made an incursion here quite some time ago, but that's it, and they've not pushed land-wise any further. Here, it's just no supply, really. And oddly enough, they've made no moves on Kazakhstan. No significant moves. I think this river is helping, but I did mention the lack of supply out here. Philippines declared war on Vietnam. Well, you're just all full of yourself now, aren't you? Let's see what else we can give them. I'm going to pause it so nothing, as far as technology, more or less, military efficiency +2. Nothing spectacular, but enough to, defend themselves. We'll give them the improved radars. I'll give them the nuclear medicine. And we'll call that a go. Submerged UUV. All right, keep going. The Vermont. Ooh, that's my end game right there. Let's just get rid of all the rest of these. We can let that be running. There you go. Because I know I don't want these. I'm going to leave that there because that is the most current. Poland on Czech Republic. Well, Poland, buddy. That's the most current boomer, so we'll leave that in there in case I do decide to build any. Lithuania. Sure. Netherlands, sure. I just decided to... All right, 88 and 136. No, I can't do it. That's just too much. Japan, you got to do better. Germany, France. France, 54 and requested... Okay, so you did do better. You did come back with a better offer. We will accept 7 unused army units. Never click yes if you're doing everything manually. Germany, military goods for 145 and requested... Yep, that's in our... All right, now you want to sell us 15 and request 23. Nope. You got to do even better still. Holographic storage. Look at this. It seems like Poland has just declared war on everybody who's not a NATO member. We're almost at the point where we can pay off another bond also. That'll probably be the end of this session once I pay that bond. That'll take us down two bonds, which is 230 million. We have here 655, 580 for 2 of them. So if we can pay down 2, there's Czech Republic eliminated. What's Canada making a move to the right for? What are they doing? I think they're just moving into defensive position. Do they still like me? Yeah, not as much. All right, Brazil on Bolivia. Well, Brazil has been rampaging in South America. There's Claytronics. No surprise there with Brazil. We're going to throw that in there. Advanced calligraphy. And we're also going to throw in liquid metal. A lot of movement. Turkey seems to be holding. Russia just made an incursion here. I remember earlier they had a whole lot of naval units here. They might be gone now, or I just can't see them because of the line, no line of sight. See, now we're up to 84% coverage. Let's launch that one. And 80% here. It will 10 is enough for 100% coverage on these two, on the communications reconnaissance. However, I find that for missile defense, i.e. the old Ronald Reagan Star Wars program, it is 12 to get 100% coverage. Improved fuel cells. We got 2 openings. I'm going to throw in 2 more of the America class. Is there anything else? Yeah. Let's speed up this some more. Okay, that looks good. What have we got over here? There is Taiwan with their rubber. Satellite launch confirmed. Region follows. We knew that already. China and Malaysia. Okay, well, I had said when they declared war, there's no way China can reach Malaysia anyway, so I don't know why they declared war on them. They're fighting on too many fronts, China. Philippines just... Okay, so China declares a peace with Malaysia, and the Philippines declares war on them. Interesting. Notice here, they don't like me as much. Okay, now it went back to friendly. I don't know what caused that change. Again, there's no feedback to tell you why. I didn't do anything. I was just sitting here looking at them, and it went to friendly. See what we got here. Netherlands and Lithuania. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. As soon as we hit 750 thereabouts, we're going to pay off that bond, another bond. Also, I want these 2 to come down here before I forget. Kuwait, they're offering me 177 and wanting. I don't think I'm short petroleum. No, I'm not. I'm still way overproducing petroleum. So Kuwait, no, you got to do better than that. Norway and, yeah, I will accept these 2. And if it wasn't for our trades, you see our daily expenses are 30 and our income is 28 million, but our trades are able to cover the difference and make us a little money. Germany declares war on Austria. Interesting. They are coming full force. Look at them. Again, Poland hasn't been able to make a move on Switzerland, which, as I mentioned, it's difficult for them to get to, and it's difficult to fight in Switzerland also. All right, 2 unused Navy units. I think we may have taken care... Nope, we do have 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to keep 7. That's what I'm going for, 7 America class LHAs. Poland, see, Poland's coming full force for Austria, which they didn't do for Ukraine. Uh-oh, what do we got here? My game just crashed. That is so rare in all the years I've played Supreme Ruler series. I've probably had only that happen 5 times since 2008. And it could just be because I modified settings to get the game to run, but I'll post what I got here now. Catch you next time, hopefully. Ciao.